Alright guys, good morning. Welcome back. Daryl here. Our flight plan today is that here I'll show you our flight plan. Today we will be heading from Manila International Airport here. I think it's Manila International Airport, and we have set a custom path towards Philippine Arena. If we move forward, we're gonna also visit Pampanga, Angeles, Pampanga, and also Paniqueramos, right? And the end would be near Dagupan. So that would be the flight plan for today. Alright, so let's start the flight. I'm gonna turn off the brakes and then turn on the throttle to 100%. Disengage the brakes. We just have to follow our coordination, get our airspeed up. We will be disabling of the flaps, and we're liftoff. Now, of course, adjusting the trim level to help us glide. We're just gaining altitude to at least 500 meters. Time is around 5:60 a.m. or 5 a.m. It will take us at least an hour to go to our destinations. We're now on an altitude of 600. We need to climb up more to at least 1,000. The city is still sleeping. Some of them are already turning off the lights.
I love you.
We are now at the altitude of 1,000. We will maintain this altitude, adjusting the trim so that we will be level.
I love you.
We don't have to adjust the throttle or the yoke, as they call it. So we're now in a steady cruising speed. Yeah, say something. Come on.
Wala.
Love you. And
Narinig mo ba yung sinasabi ko?
no, I can't.
Kung pinanood mo na lang.
Alright. So we are we're now gonna make a turn here. We're still increasing in altitude. We have full power, decreasing the trim a bit, adjusting. Then we are going for at least 10-degree turn. And I believe this is the skyway that you're seeing. The lights that you're seeing there is the skyway. This is the runway of the international airport. We're now doing a turn, and that's Makati there. So we have all of this cities. It's a bit foggy now. We're now actually in the clouds. We have low-lying clouds. Climb angle too low. We can increase the height again. Go up a bit more, just to gain some altitude so we have the speed. Because although we can fly with just the instrument panels, I'm yet to take some certifications on that. But ideally, when you're flying without visibility, you could use a timer and stopwatch because you don't have visual cues, right? Just utilize the navigations that you have right now. So right now I'm increasing the altitude I'm gonna turn right a bit. We're not having good airspeed. We've already maximum the amount of vertical angle that we're doing. Now aligning through the flight path. We're now above the skies, slowly but slowly. We've maxed out again the engine. This is as much as the power that we can do. So just to give you context, we're now here in the skies, above the clouds. And because it's early morning, having scattered clouds. Turning off down the trim. Decreasing the throttle engine. Decreasing the engine. You can see loosen altitude. We're still on the correct flight path. Try and decrease the altitude because there's not much we can see. The whole point of this is to see places, right? I believe this is Manila City now. And those are condominiums that you can see there. This is Manila City. I think that one is Intramuros, if I'm not mistaken. But I can't remember. Can't remember having like an island off a water there. I think this is the main highway again. Main skyway, looks like it. And that's going to Bulacan. That one? Not entirely sure where that was heading. But yeah, I think if you could see this string of flights here, it's all like the skyway, I think. Still adjusting the trim. And we have here Venezuela. Uh, 7 kilometers, I think that's Bukawi. Yeah, Bukawi. The mountain. All right. Everything looking in order. Now approaching Valenzuela. Okay, we're gaining more altitude again. Just don't want. So we're now on top of Venezuela, and I think we're almost near the Philippine Arena Center.
Manila approach. Apostle Papa Sierra Foxtrot 559er is type Diamond. 1
Yeah.
miles west of Romeo Papa 4 Victor 1, 2200. Request flight following.
Okay.
Apostle Papa, Sierra Foxtrot 559er, Manila approach. Squawk 1655.
So what you can see here is the
Squawk
Nabotas,
1655. Apostle Papa Sierra Foxtrot 559er.
and I think
Apostle Papa, Sierra Foxtrot 559er, radar contact 1 mile south
take
of
a
Romeo Papa
left
5
here.
Zulu Victor, 2000, QNH 101 tree.
Roger. Apostle Papa Sierra Foxtrot 559er.
Okay, I think why is this like place is submerged in water? To be honest, like almost all of this is submerged in water. Is this how it is now in the Philippines? They're now submerged in water. Okay. Let me just do one thing. Let me open up the flight plan where we are. Yeah, we're almost at the flight heading. Almost at the Philippine Arena Center. I think this is just right now going off Diplex. If I'm not mistaken, yeah. Okay, this is the Skyway. I think, yeah, I think, to be honest, I can see our condominium here perhaps. Not sure. It's somewhere here, I guess. No, it's probably not. Just similar. But anyways, I can almost see that's the T-Plex right there. I don't know where we're passing, but I booked the Philippine Arena Center on the right hand side, which you can see right here. Just have to do a round tour of this. Oh, they haven't, was not rendered correctly on a 3D scale, but yeah, that's the, it's not on 3D, unfortunately. It's not on 3D, unlike the other buildings that you can see here on 3D. This one supposedly is the Philippine Arena Center. They haven't rendered it in 3D, unfortunately. But yeah, that is the Philippine Arena Center. On your right hand side, you can see it. And yeah, I mean, it got a trees right. So yeah, fortunately it was not a 3D version of it. What can we do, right? All right then. We won't stay here any further. We'll keep moving. That's Playa del Bulacan. What I'll be doing, because back then we always go on long road trips. That is the what we call Diplex, SCTEX, and Lex, kung ano man yan, no, mga toll gate. Those are the toll gates and the cars, right? All the traffic. And now this is Diplex. We're now going past through Diplex. just traveling along the road, and on the right hand side you could already see that mountain. I don't know what's that called, but I remember when back then we were kids, not really were kids, like few 5 years ago, we were riding a motorcycle. We went from Manila to Pangasinan, and then 5 a.m. it was Bukoni Wayway. It was like this blue hour, as we call them. We were passing through all of these beautiful views. It was very cold. We started on the night, and we just keep on traveling on two wheels. It was me and my now wife, then girlfriend, and my mom, and my pops. So we rode our freshly bought motorcycles. That it was an NMAX and an Aerox, and yeah, we were riding. We've had an amazing experience. Actually, we've we've that place seems close a lot. It felt closer for some reason. I think we went through near that, and then we went and visited other. No, we passed through other riders, so the camaraderie between us and the fellow riders was amazing. And yeah, I mean those types of experiences, yeah, at least have to try at least once in your life, because that's what life is, right? It's all about this meaningful experiences. So yeah, until now I cannot forget that. It's like it's one of the core memories, because to be honest, it is tiring, but like especially riding two wheels, right? You cannot like lean down or relax. You always have to be active. You always have to be balancing, because you're driving in two wheels. And what usually just takes 4 hours if you're driving a four-wheel car took us around 8 hours or 10 hours even. And then imagine we started off from Quezon City. We started off around 12 a.m. That is me coming from work. I was working night shift. My off was 12 a.m. and we went out at 12 a.m. And I know it was dangerous, but I just drank Red Bull, right? Just to keep me awake. I drank 2 glasses of Red Bull. It was a bit careless, reckless. I'll never do it again, but what a heck of an experience. I drank 2 Red Bulls and just went ahead, rode. Um, so, yeah, then with all those experiences, we arrived at Pangasinan. We were safe, but as soon as we arrived at Pangasinan, okay, get this away. As I was saying, as soon as we arrived at Pangasinan, so now my kid is awake. But I was saying is that as soon as we arrived at Pangasinan, um, I kind of regretted driving the motorcycle, because to be honest, it was tiring driving a motorcycle for so many hours. Uh, yeah, I think the sun is coming up. Yeah, the sun is coming up now. So what time did we schedule the time? Let me check. Yeah, so the sun is indeed coming up. It's now 6:06 a.m. That's Baliwag, you know. That's a Baliwag. Baliwag is like, what do you say, the famous chicken, Baliwag chicken, something like that. And we also have Kalumpit. Although I've never been to these places before. And to be honest, this is really beautiful. Like, I like how the sunrise is happening on our back. It's beautiful. Wow. And look at this. Look at this. The trees. It's a river going to the sea. Those are Kalupit. Yeah, that's really beautiful. And I look at the sunlight, man. Amazing. So what I can do is I've set the weather to be custom, like scattered clouds. What I'll be doing now is changing the weather to a live weather forecast. Now it adjusted the time at 6:28 a.m. when we changed to live weather. It's clearing up the skies. All right. What is our next? Now we can see clearly the mountains now. Earlier,
Sierra Foxtrot 559er contact Clark approach on 119.2. Good day.
yeah, I think we're closing in on the
119.2.
next destination.
Sierra Foxtrot 559er.
Yeah, we're closing in on the next destination, which is in Pampanga. The last time I booked it, I think this is in Angeles, Pampanga, and another one is in Panique, Ramos. Now, the reason why I selected this place is Pampanga is one of the anchor points before you're truly leaving Manila, and then Panique, Ramos is Panique, Ramos. That's why I booked it there. Is where me and my wife usually pass through before going to Pangasinan. So it's like the final, no, not final city, but it's just a really special place to us because this is where it's our like what do you call this, identifier, right? That this is our exit now at Panique Ramos, because Panique Ramos is where we always exit from NLEX, and then we will take the Barrio roads already going to Pangasinan. So that is our main exit. It was fast. It was quiet. It was good. So yeah, and then our next stop would be on I believe in Pampanga. So if we just keep going straight, and I never realized we had so much of this water in the Philippines. I'm just turning on the engine, adjusting again trim. So we're still following this. I believe this is still, let me just turn a quick left here. Yeah, I think this is still, yeah, the duplex that we're following. This one. Still the duplex. That is a beautiful road that we're following here. That is what we usually ride, and then we do a stopover on McDonald's. No, not McDonald's, never McDonald's, but Jollibee. We were ordering before in Diplex. There's some Shell here that we used to go to and do a stopover, and we're usually ordering Jollibee Ultimate Burger Steak, right? Because we didn't have any kids yet back then. Now we have two beautiful kids, my son and my daughter. It was just the two of us back then, and the reason why we're traveling fast before is that we didn't do any stops. We didn't do like stop by Shell then eat dinner from there. No, what we're doing is we're doing a drive-through, and I'm still driving, and my wife eats while we're driving. At the same time, she feeds me. So that's how we're not doing it on purpose. It's just that it's like a routine now, and we could always stop and eat, but yeah, we just wanted to like keep the flow momentum going. That's why we just do a drive-through and just drive from there. So yeah, there's really no reason for us to stop, and we don't like stopping anyways. So back then our life was mostly on the road because my job back then was still like I was working from home. I was working purely remotely, and having experienced that gave us the ability to control our time. We could go anywhere, everywhere, anytime. I could work anytime, any day, as long as I get the job done, which is amazing. We experience that kind of freedom, and that's what we're trying to achieve again, to have that freedom. And I'm seeing there's a Woodland Air Park 24 kilometers away, and we're now again closing near the mountain. I told you, right, when we rode this before, when we were motorcycle, this is how close it is. And it was a blue hour that time. So what are these buildings here? San Fernando, Pampanga's here. Alright, we're gonna, I guess, Clark International Airport is here too. We'll just increase the altitude a bit because we're already too low. We're on max speed anyways. Here we are approaching San Fernando, Pampanga. Okay, so upon looking at San Fernando, Pampanga, it's like in a valley surrounded by mountains. It's really beautiful. Wow. Then you have this amazing view. I don't know, to be honest. There should be like a point of interest telling us what kind of mountain that is, but yeah, we'll just focus on the path right now. But this is San Fernando, Pampanga, and we have the Clark International Airport here. Clark International Airport is really like a beautiful airport. I'm not sure why the time is not moving. It's still 6:28. Let me just check this. Yeah, it's not adjusting, man. Because I don't want to change it to real time because it's a bug, that is. This is now San Fernando, Pampanga. There's still a lot of relatively green that was retained here. Then we have those mountains on the left hand side. If I'm not mistaken, since the mountains on the left hand side seems to be a lot, the right hand side seems to be flat. Like checking the manifest. Okay. Okay, we're now, the last destination is Panique Ramos. Before we land, it's the last destination. Okay. We're now going towards Panique Ramos. I think we're gonna, this is what I told you that we usually made my wife stop through. And yeah, it seems like we're gonna go past near the mountain, if that's the case. And we're also increasing the altitude pretty decent. Just follow me the flight path. Here's the Clark International Airport. I think this is like the Green City, as they call them. Yeah, that's Angeles, Pampanga. Okay. Now this is more populous in terms of the city. Now this is like Manila. Yeah. This is like Manila. There's a lot of high rises as well. And there's this like a canal stretching to where? That canal is where? Going to where? And I guess this is still the NLEX if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. That is still the NLEX that you can see right here. There's this bug that is really annoying me. The time is not moving. Yeah, the time is not moving. So let's see. 6:38. Let's see if it adjusts. Now we're going past through that mountain now. Getting left at early morning at 5 a.m. Then yeah, it's almost 7 a.m. now. So I'm just gonna give you guys, while we're still going straight, I'm gonna give you a tour on this instrument panels. We have here an autopilot that I can configure. Comms frequency, you can do checks here, you can access the flight plan from here, right? Then there's a lot of this navigation frequency, and pull to altitude gauge, altitude select, transfer, and this is the fuel valve that you adjust. Ideally, okay. Ideally, all right. So here you have some couple of settings you can configure. The flaps are here. Fuel, pitch trim. If I could go in the back. The view here is good as well. We're now going past the Woodland Airport. Concepcion is there. And I've been hearing these names, but never actually being with them. All right. Yeah, I mean, you could tour this engine, engine right here. You can configure this engine master, toggle the engine, essential bus, and even you can control the lights here, landing lights, right? Navigation lights, strobe lights are on, emergency, floodlights. This is the lights in your cockpit that you can turn on and off. Santa Rosa airstrip. And yeah, we're still going through the let's check the manifest again. Yeah, we're almost there. And let's see if the time changed. 6:38, it still did not change. Jesus, man. And because this is the time, this is the time. Actually, it's 5 a.m. To be honest, I want to travel and it's 5:01. To be honest, as much as possible, I wanted to keep it at morning, but yeah, let's change the mood. Let's keep it as 5 a.m. It's 5 a.m. so we could see what time we arrive at the what time I arrive at the company will already be morning, which is good. 5 a.m. There's not much to see here. Okay, so let's turn off our lights. There's fog lights here. Okay. There's a bit of floodlights here. This floodlights showing the cabin. No, we're not at Tarlac. Actually, yeah, let's keep it at 5%. And then let's turn this cabin light. Let's turn this on. Turn this on. Did it make a difference? It did, didn't it? And what's this? And then turn this on. Yeah. So direct lighting we have in the back as well. I think this is a bit cozier now. I guess it's a bit overkill. I turn off the lights. It's a bit of an overkill. I turn off the lights in the front, but I retained it in the back, so we got that, mood lighting. And we're now at Paniki Airstrip. Check the timing. If they're really true to their what do you call this, live time, it's 5:03 p.m. This sucks. To be honest, if I were the one to follow, I would really like it to be in the morning and just do a real time from there. But this real time, the reason why it's saying 5 a.m. because we're not actually in the Philippines right now. It's not like it's around 1 a.m. I think it's 1 a.m. Yeah, it's 1:04 a.m. here where we're at. It's for our reference. That's why it's 5 a.m. there. Oh, I missed this. You can open even, I think you can open the windows here, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, it's on the outside now. I think there's a way though. Okay, we're now at Paniki Airstrip. I can see that long stretch of light. I think those are main highways. Definitely T-Plex. That's why we're exiting on Paniki. Um, I think that's the sun. It's as you know, in a Muslim religion, today is Feb 14. It's almost Ramadan. So I'm not sure if this is the moon and if it's accurate. So it's like saying Ramadan starts on 17th. So I'm not entirely sure if that's an accurate representation of the moon, the actual moon, but it should be because it's like live weather and live dates and everything. Oh no, look at this. They're slowly turning off the lights. They're slowly turning off the lights now because it's 5 a.m., man. People are starting to be awake. The sky is getting a bit clearer, but to be honest, I can't see where the sun will be rising. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go turn left here. This is now Paniki Ramos. I'll share your story, right? For the sake of, as much as I'm liking the night weather, for the sake of storytelling, we'll just go back to custom. And this time, we'll change it to afternoon. Yeah, this one. This looks good. Oh yeah, I like this. Yeah, no. Yeah, this one. No, it's two. Yeah, this one is perfect. The golden hour. Perfect. I love it. Okay, we're now in Paniki Airstrip. And the reason why I'm saying Paniki Airstrip, what's up with Paniki Ramos? As I told you, Paniki Ramos is the last stop as we exit and exit Plex, right? And Paniki Ramos, okay, hold on. Let me first just drink some water because my throat is not doing well. Where were we? Paniki Ramos. What's up with Paniki Ramos? Basically, Paniki Ramos, as I told you, is the last city we'd go wherein we exit from the Tiplex, right? To be honest, Paniki Ramos is, although it's a very innocent city, right? Let's just change the timing. It's too dark almost. It's good, but in Paniki Ramos, as I was saying, it's the last city that we go to, right? And as we're exiting Paniki Ramos, our first time that we went here, it was nighttime. No, okay, it was not nighttime. It was morning. It was daytime. First time we went here, we've noticed all of the houses were painted red. The gates were painted red. It was so weird. And as we were going into the highway, we saw this castle, like a castle that is so like it looks like a castle from Castlevania. Like someone, like a vampire, might have been living in that kind of house, something like that. So it gave us this really weird vibes about the place. And then we went there at the morning, no, afternoon, right? The sun was about to set. For some reason, our music was turned off, so it was like this eerie silence. And both me and the wife had this creepy feeling about the place because, like, all of it came together. We saw weird red painted houses. The lights were even red. Someone were using red lights on some places, and we saw this Dracula house. And then when we came back, keep going back to that place, we couldn't find that exact house again. So it's like it disappeared. So it really gave us off this weird feeling. And one time we went to Paniqueramos again, on the same place, and it's so weird because we passed through a cemetery. And if you're watching right now, if you're hearing this is like a horror story, but yeah, it's a weird place. We were so scripted out about it that whenever we pass through it, like our hands, I mean, our hair is all standing up. So it was like this weird feeling. But then we passed through it multiple times again. Now with music on, with like we passed through it in the morning, and we realized everything that we were thinking of that were a bit weird or scary was all of it were just dumb things. They're just really ordinary houses, and the lights that were red were from a bar, like a drinking bar. And we saw the Dracula museum that was talking about. It was actually a government building, and we saw it again. So everything that we were crazily overthinking about was nothing. There was nothing to be afraid of. Then ever since then, we're cool. We're cool with Paniqueramos. So I just wanted to, share this story to you because this is, I think, a really special place for us because this is always the only place that we exit to whenever we're coming from Manila going to Pangasinan. It's Paniqueramos. So yeah, we're now in what's called this Bayambang. Hey, if you made it here until this video, part of the video, I don't know why you're still here, but if you're still here, thank you. Appreciate you listening to whatever I'm talking about right now. Oh, we have this like winding river. There's a lot of winding rivers. I honestly think since we're now Pariqueramas, we now might be in Pangasinan province now. I'm just not sure. Yeah, we might be in Pangasinan province. Look at that winding river. Alright, let's take a look at the flat pad again. We're almost near. Then let's switch back to the live time. Okay. Still night, huh? 5:14. Okay. Still nighttime. Imagine like those cars moving there. This is now, I guess, a service road. Obviously, we've probably been here at least once. Driving. Yeah, I miss Philippines, man. Look how cozy it is. Yeah, I want to change the timing again. I can't bear this like this nighttime. Malasiki. Let's change the timing. What is that? There's those light there. Dude, what's that? I have a hunch that that is the that one is like Daang Kalikasan, if I'm not mistaken. That's Daang Kalikasan, no? It might be Daang Kalikasan, I don't know. Okay, guess we could change it to a satellite mode. Yeah, let's change it to a satellite so we can see it clearly. Doesn't tell you anything. No. Nope. This is even worse. Nope. I like the satellite better. We're almost near our destination too. Terrain, highlight, traffic, waypoints, obstacles, map settings. Okay. I think it though it's a bit might be no it's not, it's impossible that it's the Angkalikasan because Zambales is in this area, so I don't know, I'll have to check. Right, that is the Lingayen National Airport. That is our final stop. So yeah, let's not prepare for landing. Okay. Let's not prepare for landing. We got 5 minutes. 5 minutes for this video to end. Last 5 minutes. Lingayen International Airport. Okay. We're decreasing the engine power. Attaining some altitude to it. I should be following the flight path, but because I have limited time. Okay, lingayen, yeah, there's a lot of water here. And sa Dagupan, laging bahain dito eh. Alright, let's try and get a smooth landing, shall we? I'll put down the mic and let's try and focus, okay? The airspeed that we should be achieving is around 55 knots. We're now at the base. We're now gonna turn on our flaps. Now the final stages. We're now at 1000 altitude, maintaining the engine power. Now approaching the final stages. We retain engine power. We have removed the engine power. To decrease the airspeed. Aligning on the airstrip. Increasing flaps to 40 degrees. We are now gliding. We will be targeting that. So we got a minute to land. And it will just be perfect. Okay, adjusting the rudders. Adjusting the rudders. Burn the brakes. Steadying the It's not the smoothest landing. Fuck. Fucking bitch. Tangina. What a fucking landing is that shit.